So all I've got is a bit of kitchen roll, because we're not going to use this lead because we've got a new lead. I just don't want fluid dripping everywhere. Just going to take the ends up, so when we pull it out we don't flick brake fluid everywhere. Would have thought we got the tape ready first. Right, you can put a bag over it, or I said cling film. If you ain't got any of that stuff to hand, use what you got. A bit of kitchen roll or a bit of toilet tissue, just to absorb any fluid that is in there. Hope all this is in shot. Yep. Okay. So we ain't going to have fluid flicking out all over the place on there. And no point in watching me do this several times. Got to do it there, and up at the top end. Alright, back in a sec. Where is it? Oh, right there. So I just got to take those up. Hang on. Right, so there you go. Those taped up there. Come round. Taped up one at the front. Okay, so when you pull it through, you won't get brake fluid going everywhere. I mean, even if you vacuumed it, you'll still get a little bit of fluid everywhere. So there you go. Right, so once you take all that lot up, before you pull them out, you need to separate them. And there's two rubbers joiners that you'll see. Okay, go for it, Jude.
And incidentally, if you're going to make a cut, do the cut against the hose that you're actually going to replace.
Yeah, don't have to worry because it's metal up here. You ain't going to slash through anything rubber. Try and cut on the seam because these rubbers are like £4 each. Really super glued together, and we want to reuse them.
Okay, that's one.
I can see the joint on that one where it's not been done very well.
Try not to chop your own fingers off.
Oh, so that one broke all the way through anyway.
Okay,
that's
not a problem.
Right, let me move the camera back. Getting this out is going to be a bit of a mare because it's like twist and twist and twist, so it'll probably come through from the forks. So this is the top end bit I will pull through. This will go that way. And you're hitting a bracket at the back. Oh, it might be me. Hang on a second. If I come back through and come this side, no, you'll have to drop your thing back down.
Really? Okay.
Okay, I need to come from the left hand side to the right hand side.
Actually, it'd be easier to pull this now through the other way.
There's a tiny gap there, and this, I think you might have to rotate it all the way over. And out it comes. And there it is, it's out.
And this is the bit that's going to get replaced.
Yeah. So we're going to have a cup of tea and scratch our heads and think, why do we do these things? And we'll be back. I mean, it's not difficult. It is bloody difficult, but it's a question of rotating and turning and circling, and you know, if we chucked this back in and did it again and refilmed it, we go, oh yeah, it's really simple. But you're seeing the footage raw, and as we do it, we're working it out. Not so much padding on the end, and just keep on turning it, and you'll get it and wiggle it out eventually. Brute force and ignorance will not work.
Okay, here we have the offending articles. The one that we've just taken off and the new one that's going on. believe it or not, the only difference, so I'll lay one on top of the other so you can see, no difference at all, right the way down to the bottom. However, the top is just that little bit longer. That's the only difference. Why they didn't use the longer one as the standard one anyway is beyond me, because you can get round that extra length really easily. Makes no sense, but there you go. That's the difference. Just paid 140 odd quid for that.
Yeah. And here's the thing, the longer one is cheaper than the stock shorter one.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Crazy, isn't it? Right, we got to feed this into the bike now. Right, so hopefully this should be the reverse of poking it back in. But we ain't got a big lump of wadding tissue on the end.
Okay, so let me go in from this end.
Yep. No, flat. I'll poke it through that gap.
And I've got the original cable getting in the way.
Oh, you've got it jammed in this thing. Okay. Yeah, because I didn't need to pull it through the forks then, did I? Because I could have just rotated it right. Now that just goes to show you, ladies and jelly spoons, it's a nightmare to get out, piece of monkey, because we know what we're doing, to put back in.
Well, it looks as though we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it reaches.
And it reaches. Just move the camera forwards.
Ah, right. So,
We need a drop of super glue to patch those back together.
yeah, I would recommend actually doing that towards the end,
Yep.
so that everything else is in place.
How are you going to get to the top one though?
How many? Sorry.
Because that one's right up there, isn't it? Because don't forget, that's the bottom one. There was the other one that come off altogether.
Yes, but of course that one slides, so I can put it on, low down, and push it up.
What, we glue on it?
Yeah, but the glue's only going
Oh, right, okay.
on there, so it's not a problem.
Right, so what do you want to do?
I suppose the obvious thing would be to do the bottom connections first.
Right, okay.
We need to do the washers.
We need to do the washers. Right, we're going to reuse them because we're tight buggers. Well, I am. Now, there's a trick to using these. You can either just say, sod it, use them, go and buy some new ones, or there's an old trick of you drop them into a cup of boiling water. So all we're going to do is put the kettle on again, round up all the copper washers and pour some hot water on them.